So I have seen this done before from artists on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. They do a tour or an inside look of their sketchbook. And so I figured it would be fun, interesting, and maybe embarrassing as well to share mine, because I plan to do a series in the future after I collected a good amount of these. Basically, taking my sketches, old art, I don't consider it art, from like school and whatnot, from like public school, like elementary years, and making a collage. That's my plan. But a little promo there for it, but this is going to be way in the future. And so I plan to use my sketchbook drawings as well in this series. And so before I do that, I want to show my sketches how they are now in the sketchbook. Artists like to collect or keep sketchbooks to see their progress over time, to see how they changed, to look back and just get inspiration for more future works. So that's why artists like to keep their sketchbooks. So in order for me to keep it intact for future reference, I decided to make a video of it as well before it goes away. So this specific sketchbook I got to start my college. This is like both my associate's degree and my bachelor's degree amount of work in one sketchbook, and some outside work as well. There are some pages missing. Those pages are taken out because I'm going to use them for a different project entirely. So that project is what I'm actually working on now. But let's get into the sketchbook. This is part one. It's in terrible shape because, you know, it travels in the backpack, it just travels, damage happens. So my design class, we basically, every week we had to do sketches, visual sketches defining words, what abstract is, what just salt is, what boundary is. This is for, and every week we turned it in, got a grade for it, just to get our design brain trained in a way. And so that's what this is. You have the hard edge, the soft edge, explaining. So these couple pages just go through that, what pattern is, and so on and so on. So I can go ahead and skip through these pretty much. And you can pause and see. Now this is a project I don't want to show yet, but actually, well, this assignment was trading cards, have a unifying theme, not trading cards but playing cards. You know, the hearts, clubs, diamonds, those playing cards. And we basically had to design ace and all face cards. So I was doing some drawings for that, and all these are missing because of that project I discussed earlier. That's why these pages are missing. So more of these divine sketches, defining the sketch. Obviously they're different from the first ones because I actually wrote out the definition. We didn't really have to do that, so I stopped doing that. This one was one of my favorite projects. A mandala. We learned about the culture of Tibet monks and the sand mandalas, and we had to design our own using color theme, color theory. We had to have a unifying color and have that color in each section, but each section was a different color theory. So it was awesome, pretty cool. And you can see over here behind it, I had the different theories: split, complementary, analogous, so on and so on. More of these. I like my economy here. It's just like, I don't know. How do you do economy? Sometimes for these, I'm like super literal. And then, of course, it was around fall this semester, so I did some Halloween themed ones just because. Yeah. Moving right along, more of these. Surreal, butterfly, elephant. That's basically what, Surreal is. Gestures, unity. So in a way, I did do some interesting stuff to explain. Nothing special, just quickly get it done and explain it. Now this was a awesome assignment, I think. Basically, we took a brand and redesigned their logo. That's all it was. This is a design class. It's all. This was coffee, but the brand was called Death Wish Coffee. So I was doing skulls, tombstones, stuff like that. Getting some stuff figured out. This is the ending product. I finally had a sketch I really liked and then went with it. Did a color scheme as well. Not fully brought out on here, but I did. This is for a logo that eventually didn't happen, and I was pretty sad about that. But logo design, this is a personal thing separate from my design class. Then we're going into a class, I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically to help you get used to everything else. This is when I started my university side. This was all, everything back here was all community college era. This is my university era. So I like to write out my plans. This is 3D, and honestly, the best way I could do it, because this is terrible sketches of this ceramic project. This class was like ceramics, printmaking. It's like an intro class to all the other classes, basically. So that's what this is. We're given architecture. I chose modern and modern and classical, and we had to mix those architectures into one unifying theme. So I made an aqueduct that went into a diamond-shaped pot. And it's supposed to be a plant pot, but my plant died, and yeah, wasn't pretty good. Wasn't good. I like the pot I made was too small. I had a watering tower that you poured in would drip down into the aqueduct. The aqueduct works fine. It actually transfers the water to the bottom. You've probably seen pics of this on my Instagram. I'll add a picture of it so you can see. Moving on. This is Fiber's intro. We basically made coiling baskets. I did an abstract design, way too big. I actually recently just finished this as well. So these are just past designs for it. This is the final idea. And then I made my wire sculpture. And again, I'll add a picture of the finished piece since I have it done. But it's yarn and that's it. But it's a coil basket. So it's like wrapped yarn to make a shape. These are other shapes that I didn't include. Moving right along. Yes, it worked. So, in the same intro class, we did bookmaking. I made a carousel book, which again, after the end of the sketches, you'll see the finished piece. So this might be a long video, but I had a theme of things that are negative in humanity, things that are evil in humanity. So I was doing some sketches: greed, pollution, poverty. And if you notice, there's a little face here. That is in every picture I drew. Here's another greed, a more simplified greed. Greedy people would not be against stealing candy from a baby. So, corruption, right. I didn't follow my sketch at all, honestly. So that's it for those sketches. This one, I don't remember. I really don't. Drawing class. We were free to do whatever we wanted. So I wanted to do a little realism so I could get used to it. This piece is actually unfinished still, so can't really show it. So that will do it for part 1. If you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in part 2.